in the form with your friends, does that matter?
No, not really, because at the beginning you will feel like you're not going to make any, but you will.
I wouldn't say it happens straight away. I'd say it takes a couple of days, but you will find out new friends. On the first day, year 7, I just met a few girls who was on my side of the year, and then we all just became friends, and I'm still friends with them now.
I was the early year 7 from my primary that came to this school. I didn't really know anybody, but when you get into your forms, you start to know people, and you can talk to them like people you're sat next to, and it's really nice because they're not mean people. They'll be like, hey, how are you doing? Or at break time, you can go around talking to people.
And how easy is it to make new friends, or do you just stick to your old ones?
It's it is pretty easy because obviously we've got the mugger and we play football. You just get stuck in with everyone.
But if you have a friend that's in a different form, does that mean you never get to see them during the day?
You still get to see them. I used to say, the day before the tasty days and was finding out what form we was in, I was really scared, and I thought, if I'm not in the same form as my friends, I'm never going to see them. But I do really, because I'm friends with Fionn. Fionn's in a different form to me, but I still see her all the time at break and at dinner and after school on the bus and stuff.
The library is a good place because people like to come and chill at break and lunch to make new friends.
You had people to help you. If you were lost, you could ask any teachers that you saw or any older pupils who were there. They would help you find your way to the different buildings and different blocks.
All the older years try to help you navigate around the buildings and settle into the environment.
And did you ever go to any lessons late because you weren't sure of the classroom?
Yeah, sometimes we did, but we wouldn't get in trouble because the teachers, they obviously understand that it's your first time being here and you just need to adapt to the environment.
For my first lesson, I went to it, but I went to the one classroom, so I was like, oh no, what's going to happen?
And what, did you think you were going to get into trouble?
I thought I was going to get into trouble because I was late to the lesson.
And what actually happened?
I walked in and she said it was fine because it's your first day.
Well, our first day was we all got into our new forms and we all just played some icebreaker games to get used to each other and have fun.
I mean, when I first came, it was like a completely new experience compared to the transition days, because it wasn't scary at all, because you had a taste of what it was like, and it wasn't something to be worried about because you had people to help you around, and you got to actually see what the school was like for the first time.
We did form bonding activities, so we all found out what primary school we came from and what was all our names, and was comparing timetables to see who was in our lessons, and that was when I made most of my friends.
What advice would you give to a year 6 pupil who's about to start at St John Fisher?
Don't worry, you'll probably be nervous because I was nervous, but you'll love it straight away.
So if you're into sport, are there lots of things that you can take part in?
Yeah, there's multiple netball, ping pong, football, rugby. There's basketball. There's loads.
There's rounders. There's football. There's netball.
Rugby, because I do rugby outside of school, but I like playing rugby for school as well.
What else do we offer if you're not into sport?
I mean, we've got clubs at lunch. There's a lot of clubs at lunch. You might have Puzzle Club on Wednesdays, Darts Club I think is on Monday, Scrabble Club on Tuesday. You've got lots of different clubs that you can go to if you're not interested in sport, and there's something for everyone, definitely.
Well, when you first start, they'll actually look really scary, but as you start going on, they'll start helping you to your lessons and stuff. And they don't really pick on you, it's just they mess around with you. If you've got older siblings, their friends might just come over and say oh, is this your brother? And then they'll start messing, but they won't bully you or anything because they're not really like that in the school.
So it's not done in a mean way, it's just having fun.
The The older people, they just like try to make you feel comfortable coming into a new, bigger school.
Technically, for the other years, they could be your best mate too, because they're helping you. You become like dead close to them, and they're well nice when you get to know them.
So you could speak to your form teachers, because I think usually they're always there, like if you need something, or your pastoral coordinator.
Or your head of year is there for any problems you might have. But also we have pupils who are like anti-bullying ambassadors and wellbeing ambassadors. If you don't feel comfortable telling your problems directly to an adult, like a pastoral coordinator or a head of year, you might tell one of the pupil wellbeing ambassadors and they'll pass it on. So it's like a middle step if you think that's easier.
Like we do tea and talk and stuff, and that we can go up to that sometimes and help people, and that we just try and do more things during school to make it like more mental health friendly.
SGF does actually deal with it quite good, because obviously they've got sanctions and it'll stop them from bullying you, and obviously there really won't be any bullying. There won't, because I don't think there will be. And like if there is, then you can go to like pastoral, head of year, speak to your mates.
Or is it easy to get into trouble at school? What do we expect from you?
The behaviour policy, they expect you to always be behaving well, because you know if you behave well, it helps others learn, and it's just a more pleasant experience for everyone.
They expect you to follow the St John Fisher way, and like, so have your uniform correct, don't mess about in class, don't shout out, and put your hand up if you need to ask a question.
What happens if you do misbehave?
You could get a behaviour point, or you'd get a C1, which is like a warning. A C2 is where you've gotten a warning but you've not listened to it, so it goes on the system. And then a C3 is a break time or lunchtime detention, and a C4 is an after school detention.
Does it help pupils to learn? Is that, yeah.
It helps a lot of pupils to learn more, because if we didn't have that, there'd be pupils who are trying to be learning, then there's be pupils who's trying to distract them other pupils.
I think that the St John Fisher way is a good system, because in lessons, if you've got someone talking all the time, you might not be able to concentrate. So I think that the C1, C2, C3, C4 and all them systems are quite nice. And if you do get a C1, C2, and if you don't understand why you've got it, you can always just ask your teacher and they will explain why you got it. They won't just give you a C1 for no reason.
I like how it's not always just writing in a book. The teachers interact with the students. Sometimes they can make it into a fun game, the lessons, and it's just not boring. You can do different things.
I like it because you just get to do different subjects with different teachers instead of just having one with different subjects. And you have different people, you'll have different people in your history than in your maths and stuff, so you can also meet more friends that way, and that Fiona said, with your teachers. So if you can bond with all your different teachers, and if you ever need anyone to speak to, you can go and speak to them.
It's actually fun having different teachers instead of just one teacher all the time.
And do they stay in the classroom all day, the same room?
No, you switch different rooms. Obviously, when you're moving classrooms, you get a bit more fresh air. If you've got a lesson that you don't like and then it ends, and you can get a bit more fresh air.
No, not at all. I think they're perfectly fine. My primary school teachers were probably stricter than these, so it's really better. It's really fun as well.
I think they're just really funny, and they're amazing because they teach different things, and you'll get along with them.
At the start of the year, they'll do an icebreaker to get to know you, what you like, so that they know how to teach you well.
If you're good in lessons, if you keep contributing and you behaved well, then you won't have any problems with the teachers. You'll find lessons quite fun actually, and interacting with them's a pleasant experience. Certain trips you might be able to go on, there'll be like there's Chester Zoo trips for us this year to do with science. You can go on that if your behaviour's good. There was the Blackpool trip last week that if you had good behaviour, you were allowed to go on.
Do you ever get rewarded at other times of the year?
Well, on EduLink we've got achievement points, and like it's there for your parents to see, and like they can praise you for how many you get. So like anybody could give them to you, really, the teachers, for service, for good behaviour, just being a good student in general.
In your report, if you do like really well, you could go to and have breakfast with Miss Rigby. And like if you're doing really well in classes, like your effort and your homework, you could get like achievement points, and they'll put it on the EduLink system so like your parents could see what you've been doing. And at the end of every term, like someone who's got like the best attendance, the best behaviour in lessons, like and like who's got recognised with the extracurricular activities, they can get like certificates and like free breakfasts from the canteen.
Every week as well in form, we might have a group of pupils that prepare like a collective worship. They write their own prayer, and then one day in form we might say that prayer.
When you have your assembly, you always do a prayer in your assembly, so you're praying daily. And we can sometimes have masses like every term or something, and we can sometimes go to the church for like Christmas or like any holiday. And I think that's just really good for like our Christ-like.
So in assembly, we'd say a prayer all together with all the forms, so it gives everyone in the year group hope and be happy.
How do we expect people to treat each other?
Like be kind, be generous, put others before yourself, be willing to help others, like go out of your way to help people, even if it might not benefit you.
You should always want to be there for someone. If you see something wrong happen, don't just stand there. You should always like be able to help out.
I felt like I was going to get lost all the time, and like teachers, I was scared of the teachers, but now most teachers, they're not actually as strict as like someone will tell you that they're really strict, but that might just be towards them because they don't behave in the lessons. But I was scared that I was going to get lost, but after the first few weeks you start to like know what lessons are in what blocks, and that's mainly what you need to know.
I was scared because like I didn't know anyone, because I came from a school that no one came to hear from, and now I know everyone, I know my way around, the teachers are great, and I just think it's amazing.
Do you enjoy being a St John Fisher pupil?
Yeah, I love it. I'd not move I've not moved this school even if I got paid to. I wouldn't leave.
You would stay here?
Yeah, stay
Oh,
here.
that's good to hear.
Interesting,
Amazing,
It's engaging,
exciting,
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 Happy,
loving,
incredible,
inclusive,
inclusive,
new,
you want to come to school.
it's quite thrilling.
entertaining as well,
fun.
fun.
fun.